I'm so overwhelmed. I get it. I get why people are waiting around us. I get why people come here 20 minutes before it opens. Delicious. It smells so good.
Today we are indulging in Argentinian food, and to be honest, I haven't been this excited about a food tour since Italy. That excitement kind of boiled over, and we incidentally started the food tour last night.
This place is only like a 2-minute walk from where we're staying, and it's actually called Club of the Milanese, or Milanese. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that one, but it is the clubhouse or the club of the food that we want to get, which is, I mean, hopefully that means it's gotta be good here, right? It's a portion of steak, I guess, or beef cut that would have been run through like an egg batter and then crumbed, so it's all crispy, like a schnitzel.
It looks really good, and I've been craving it for a while, and I think it's going to be a really good start to the food tour.
We're getting a beer as well. You can't have a palmy without hot and a palmy. Yes. We almost got one each. I was not expecting this. It's huge. I'm so overwhelmed. Look at that bird. It's 2 hands.
So we got the Milanesa that's become super popular here in Argentina, and it's kind of like a palmy back home. It's got ham, cheese, and tomato sauce slathered all over it. And by the look on Emily's face, we've got some pretty good chips too.
They taste like chips from back home. This feels like a pub meal. The only difference between this and a schnitzel appearance-wise is we put the tomato sauce under the cheese, so you get a nice crispy cheese. Are you ready?
Yep.
It's a beef schnitzel. Yum. This is the best. I'm so happy.
It's a beef schnitzel. It's really good though. It's really, really tasty. It is strange that the sauce would be on top, because it kind of ruins the beauty of it. Like the ones at home are like, oh, ham and cheese. And this is just like a big red thing, but it's really, really tasty. And if we were here for any longer, we would be getting this multiple times for sure. So I read online that the Milanesa Napolitana, I'm always saying that wrong, I apologize for that, got its name not from like what it's made of or the heritage of it, but apparently a Milanesa was being made in a shop called the Napolitano, and they made it different. The chef decided to put the cheese and the ham and the sauce on it, and everyone loved it, and it just exploded. I can see why.
It's really fun how big it is, like almost comical to me, but the downside is that we can't eat it quick enough. Like it's already getting cold room temperature. I'm also already very full, and there's still like a whole hand left. We get an extra beer because it's happy hour. Yay! I'm having such a good day. Salud. Is that what they say here? After quite a stressful morning to get here, we are at Cafe Roma, which wasn't really the plan. You'll have to watch our Buenos Aires videos to understand what I'm not really saying here. But we have just ordered medialunas, which to my uneducated eye just seem like croissants, but apparently they are denser, sweeter, more sugary. What else? Thinner. It's a different thing. It's not a croissant. I'm excited to try them. It looks really like sugary, like it's been glazed. It smells like a croissant. Literally just imagine a sweeter, denser croissant that's been coated in like sugar syrup. A really, really nice sugary tweet. I'm gonna put some in my coffee. I feel like that'll be nice.
Apparently the local way to enjoy this is for breakfast and wash down with a big cup of coffee. Which we're doing.
Look at all those layers. So good. Look how sticky. Can you see that? We have come back to Mercado San Telmo, which if you've watched our Buenos Aires video, you'll know that we found this place kind of on accident yesterday, and we couldn't resist coming back to try multiple foods here. Quick plot twist, turns out yesterday when we were here, we turned right because we were distracted by the food. But if you come to the back, it's like a whole antique market as well. I love this market.
This is so quiet. We were here yesterday like an hour later than this, and it was packed. I think all the best food places are slowly opening, but we've got a very particular one in mind. So we've come to what I'm probably most excited for this entire tour. This is called Choripaneria, and when we walked past here yesterday, it was so busy, and we met a New Zealand couple who said that they had to get here before the shop opened to be able to get a seat here. So we're actually here 10 minutes early, and I feel kind of bad, but we're letting them set up. It'll be fine. I'm so excited. This choripan is like a hot dog, but a little bit different, and I'll show you why.
We just ordered a drink to get us through the 15 minutes. Plus, it's really fun watching them set up. It's all like an open kitchen in here, so we have the fire and the grill right in front of us. It's crazy to me that every single seat is basically taken and they don't start serving food for another 15 minutes. Also, it must be really hard to cook with that because it's like proper wood fire heated. Getting the temperature right must be so confusing.
About an hour later, and our choripan has arrived. They're handing it out with little flags on top, and we saw the Australian flag come out twice, and we were like, how do they know? But they don't know. We got a Swedish flag. So it's like the Argentinian version of a hot dog, but something tells me it's going to be a lot better than a regular hot dog. That is amazing. The bread is like soft on the inside, but crunchy on the outside. The like hot dog in there is so warm, but then it's cut through with the tomato and the lettuce. It's like a fat chorizo sausage cut in half and flattened on the bread. And it doesn't have any sauce, but like it's one of those things that doesn't need sauce.
I love how char-grilly that is. And the bread tastes like it's been toasted as well, but I haven't seen them do that. I'm not much of a hot dog person. Like for Jordan, they're almost one of his favorite foods. So I feel like he's a bit biased, but that is genuinely really good. Have another bit. I get it. I get why people are waiting around us. I get why people come here 20 minutes before it opens. Delicious. And she was in my seat ready to take it. It is very, very popular for a good reason. Food number one for today done. I am already so full and I had half of a choripan. Splitting up food to a days just makes me enjoy them so much more because we can actually savor and complete a dish before we move on to the next. I love this market though.
And our next food is literally like 2 stalls down.
To stay in the market for our next food, which is our Fugazzeta. I probably butchered that, but I believe it's like a focaccia-based pizzeria kind of thing. A lot of onions, olives. Sounds really good. Plus, this place is awesome. Again, you just get to watch them make everything. It's so much fun. Oh my god, are they all cheese chunks? I thought it was pineapple. They're cheese chunks.
And a lot of cheese apparently too.
Cheese. I don't know what to do. Alright, it feels so good. We watched her cook this. It's so crispy. So good. If you hadn't told me it was focaccia, I never would have guessed that. It tastes like a really crispy, delicious pizza base. No tomato sauce, just a whole bunch of cheese, onions, and that's it. And olive oil. Really, really good though. The cheese is melted to perfection and the base is cooked perfect. Jordan told me this is quite an onion heavy dish, and it is, but it's not as bad as I was expecting. It's more of a cheese heavy dish. You can get like different sizes. I think they're called different things, and this is the small 4-slice one, which with this much cheese and considering we just ate and we're gonna go eat one more thing, is quite a lot.
Did we say what it's called?
Fugazzeta. I tried to remember the way the waitress said it. She said it so nice. Yum.
That is the cheesiest pizza I've ever had in my life. Olive oil is so good.
market for the day, but the food tour does not stop here.
For our next stop, we're going back to the neighborhood that we fell in love with yesterday. This is La Boca, but we are kind of running out of money. We bought a souvenir for our niece, so we can only really afford a beer. We're gonna have to get the steaks a little bit later.
I think I can speak for both of us as well when I say I am extremely full. So getting a steak maybe tomorrow isn't the worst idea. We found the cheapest place possible and it has the best view as well. Woo! Ooh, cold. I think I've ever bought this much ice cream. So we are really full, which is why we're not ending the food tour today. But your dessert stomach is separate from your food stomach. So we definitely had room for way too much ice cream. Luckily our Airbnb has a freezer so we don't need to eat this all, but ice cream is like really popular here. The flavors to get is dulce de leche or tiramisu. There is literally an ice cream shop underneath us right now, which is where we got this. They didn't have tiramisu though, but we got dulce de leche con brownie and cappuccino con caramel, right? Yum!
The story goes that with all the Italian immigration that came through Argentina and Buenos Aires, they brought gelato with them and they loved it, but it kind of morphed a little bit. So it's not ice cream, it's not gelato, apparently it's helado, which is a little bit different. I don't really know how, but we intend to find out.
Whoa, look how gooey. Oh my goodness, there's a bit of the brownie.
Really bad, right?
I'm so glad we didn't have this on one of the first days moving to this apartment, because the fact this is literally right downstairs would be so dangerous. That is just like so caramelly and delicious. Let me try the other flavor. Yum. That is like the perfect coffee ice cream.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
That's good. It's got like a good, strong coffee flavor as well. Like it's not weak and just sugary. It's like actual coffee. Funny that this is kind of dessert. The next thing that we plan to try is very much a dinner. For our final food of this entire Argentinian food tour, we've come to Lo de Charle, which is an incredibly popular steakhouse. I think they call it a parisha, it's pronounced here, but it effectively means barbecue or grill. And we're here to get some meat. Apparently, Argentina is one of the only countries, or one of the 5 or so countries in the world where the cattle actually outnumber the humans. And notoriously the meat is supposed to be like, mwah. So we're getting a specific Argentinian cut here.
Before we moved Airbnbs, we were staying around the corner from this place and we walked up to have fries one night across the road, and as we walked past, both of us were like, what is this? It smells amazing. And we thought it was this place and now we're here. I'm so excited. It's very popular and this place is open 24 hours a day. It's also extremely noisy, so if you can't hear us very well, I'm sorry. This is a baby plate compared to everyone else. Everyone else has like 4 of these on a plate. You know what I figured out it reminds me of? Back home in Australia we have these things called meat trays. I don't know whether everyone else has them, but you go to a pub and maybe win a raffle and you get a meat tray and you get to take it home and you cook it. It's like here, everyone has won a meat tray, but it's been cooked for them to eat. It smells so good. Look how juicy.
So the cut we've got, and what I think kind of makes it Argentinian, is the beef de chorizo. Apparently it's the same as a New York sirloin steak cut, but
it's like the portion of the cow.
Yeah, the portion of the cow and the way it's cut. I don't eat that much steak, but that's what we got. And it looks and smells insane. We also got a massive bowl of chips, which is actually a half size. It's a half portion of chips, but it's like insanely big. Look, it's good. I think this is the kind of place that deals in volume, but not bad. It's hard because literally the last 2 steaks I've had have been on luxury trains. So it's really hard to fight that.
Look at that juice. Do you see that?
Yeah, that's really good.
I think you were quite harsh. That is delicious. The char grill on the top is really crispy, but then the meat is really tender, even considering it's cooked like medium well. I'm really excited to dunk the chips in all of the juices. God, Argentinian food has very quickly become, I think, the top of both of our lists. And I just don't think I had any expectations or knowledge of what was like considered traditional or popular food here. So I'm very happy. Let's cut her in half, shall we?
For the price to feed both of us, it's pretty good. It's pretty good quality.
For a steak to feed both of us as well.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how much this would cost.
A steak dinner?
Yeah.
That's true. A steak dinner in Australia would cost an arm and a leg.
Literally an arm and a leg. I really like it. I think it's because the char grill on it is just reminding me of Mum's steaks, so I feel like I'm home already.
And that is the end of our incredible Argentinian food tour here in Buenos Aires.
Honourable mention to Aljafors, those cookie things. Amazing. There's this version you can get from the supermarket where it's like shortbread cookies with dulce de leche in the middle. I'm full on obsessed. And we got to pick some up at the market the other day as well. They're like covered in chocolate. Again, amazing. Dulce de leche, anything, you can't go wrong.